motors. And in this frictional kilowatt motors, we will be discussing single phase induction motor, right? The motors which is having a rating less than 1 HP, motors which are having a rating less than 1 HP, those motors are known as fractional kilowatt motors. And in these fractional kilowatt motors, we are using the single phase induction motor as well as universal motor, and then servo motor is also there. तुम्ही पुढे या बरं, आधी तुम्ही पुढे बसा, बसा पुढे बसा. The first type of the motor in the frictional kilowatt motor is a single phase induction motor, right? Now the single phase induction motor we are using widely in our houses. These motors are having the wide application in domestic uses. We are using these motors where we are using it. कुठे वापरतो आपण हे सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर? सेंट्रिफ्युगल पंप साठी. अजून हे आहे ना, हे सगळ्यात इम्पॉर्टंट ऍप्लिकेशन आहे. इट इज युज्ड इन फॅन्स. It is used in your what you can say that mixers, in mixer grinders, in washing machines, in refrigerators, and in air conditioners, hair dryers, for all that is domestic instruments which we are using in our houses. For those all instruments we are using single phase induction motor. Now if you see the construction of the single phase induction motor, these motors are similar to that of the squirrel cage induction motor. Single phase induction motor is similar to that of the squirrel cage induction motor. On the outer side, on the stator, we are having the single phase winding. Here we are putting single phase winding. This is the single phase stator winding. Single phase stator winding is there on the stator, and the rotor is a squirrel cage rotor. Rotor is a squirrel cage rotor. So constructionally this motor is similar to that of the three-phase induction motor. But one important difference between the single-phase induction motor and the three-phase induction motor is that the single-phase induction motor, when we are giving the single-phase supply, when the single-phase supply is given to this motor, we are giving a single-phase supply. So when the single-phase supply is given to this motor, the motor is not able to start rotating. The motor is not able to develop a starting torque. The starting torque which is developed by the motor is equal to 0. The starting torque which is developed by the motor is equal to 0. It is not capable or it is not able to rotate on its own. The motor self-starting nahi hai, because the torque which is developed by the motor is equal to 0. Why the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0? Why the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0? Yes? Yes? No? No, पण का बरं असं का? वो चेंजिंग होता है. No, this is the winding. This winding is connected to a single phase supply. Now this single phase supply is a sinusoidal AC, rotating magnetic field produced होत नाही, right? But which type of magnetic field is produced then? ह्याला कुठलं magnetic field? Pulsating magnetic field. So this type of magnetic field is known as a pulsating magnetic flux. That means the magnetic flux is increasing. It is having a maximum value in one direction, and then it becomes 0. Once again it is having a maximum value in the other direction, and then once again it becomes 0. So this type of the magnetic field is known as the pulsating magnetic field, and or we can call it this as alternating also. Alternating or pulsating magnetic flux. Now due to this alternating or pulsating magnetic field, what will happen? The rotor is not able to produce a unidirectional torque, and as the rotor is not capable of producing the unidirectional torque, the rotor is not rotating or the motor is not self-starting. So how to make the motor self-starting? So what we have to do is that in the stator of this motor we are putting one more winding. we are providing one more winding on the stator, and that winding is known as auxiliary winding. Auxiliary winding, or it is known as the starting winding. This winding is known as the main winding. The other winding is known as the main winding. The second winding is known as the auxiliary winding. So by providing this auxiliary winding, what changes we are making? Auxiliary winding add केल्यावर motor self starting कशी काय होते? Rotating magnetic field तो produce होता है, but why? Now there is a basic concept. We have seen that when we are giving a three-phase supply to the stator winding, the stator is producing a rotating magnetic field, right? And that rotating magnetic field is having a constant magnitude that we have seen, that is equal to 1.55 m. That is the resultant magnetic flux. The resultant magnetic flux is having a constant value, and its value is equal to 1.5 times phi m. And this resultant magnetic flux is not stationary, but it is rotating. As the frequency is changing, it is rotating and it is completing one rotation or one revolution. It depends upon the value of the supply frequency. Similarly, when we are having two windings, and these two windings are displaced from each other by an angle of 90 degrees. Likewise, suppose we are having two windings and these two windings are displaced from each other by an angle of 90 degrees, and they are provided with a supply voltage which is also having a phase difference of 90 degrees. We have given the two windings the supply which is also having a phase difference of, that is 90 degrees. That is, this is having a Vm sin of omega t, and the other one is having a voltage which is Vm sin of omega t minus 90 degrees. That means the voltage which is applied across these two windings, it is placed from an angle of 90 degrees. That means there is this voltage we are calling it as a two-phase voltage. Two-phase voltage. Three-phase voltage मध्ये जसं 120 degrees चा phase difference असतो. Three-phase voltage मध्ये किती phase difference असतो? 120 degrees. तसा two-phase voltage मध्ये phase difference असतो 90 degrees. In case of two-phase voltage, the phase difference between the two voltages is equal to 90 degrees. Now, when we are applying such type of the voltage to these two windings, these windings are capable of producing the rotating magnetic field, having a magnitude which is equal to phi m. These two windings are capable of producing the rotating magnetic field which is having a magnitude is equal to phi m. So as we are getting the rotating magnetic field, what will happen? The rotor will respond. The rotor will respond to this rotating magnetic field and it will produce a torque and it will set in the same direction. मग म्हणून आपण हा जो कन्सेप्ट आहे की जेव्हा आपल्याकडे दोन वाइंडिंग्स असतील आणि त्या वाइंडिंग्सला आपण 90 डिग्रीच्या फेज डिस्प्लेसमेंटने तिथे ठेवतो. त्या स्टेटवर ठेवताना आपण काय करतो? There is a phase displacement of 90 degrees between them, and they are provided with a voltage which is also having a phase difference of 90 degrees. Then the windings are capable of producing the rotating magnetic field. हा जो concept आहे, हा concept आपण single phase induction motor मध्ये वापरणार. कसं वापरणार? We are using two different windings, but supply is same. Supply तर तोच आहे ना, single phase supply देतो आपण. पण आपण काय केलंय? त्या दोन वाइंडिंग्स मध्ये जो करंट फ्लो होणार आहे त्याच्यामध्ये 90 डिग्री नाही तरी there should be some phase difference between the two currents. म्हणजे काय होतंय की हा 90 डिग्री जेव्हा आपण फेज डिफरन्स घेतलाय तेव्हा आपल्याला कॉन्स्टंट मॅग्नेट्यूडचा रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस झालाय आणि कॉन्स्टंट मॅग्नेट्यूडची टॉर्क डेव्हलप होते. पण जेव्हा आपण दोन वाइंडिंग्स यूज करून त्याच्यामध्ये त्या व्होल्टेज मध्ये फेज डिफरन्स क्रिएट करतोय, तो फेज डिफरन्स एक्झॅक्टली 90 डिग्री असेल, इट मे बी समथिंग ऑफ 50 डिग्री or 40 degree, something is there. There is some phase difference between the two currents or the two voltage and the two currents which are flowing in the two windings. So due to this phase difference between the two currents which are flowing through these two windings, they are capable of producing the rotating magnetic field. Maybe that rotating magnetic field may not have a constant magnitude. Constant magnitude rotating magnetic field produce करू शकत नाही, but it is producing the rotating magnetic field. And as it produces the rotating magnetic field, the torque will respond. Sorry, the rotor will respond and the rotor will set into rotation. That's why we have provided the one more winding on the stator. And this winding which we have provided, auxiliary winding, there is a change in the parameters of the winding. PG winding use करतो आपण, मेन वाइंडिंग ही म्हणतो स्टेटर वाइंडिंग. ही वाइंडिंग कशी असते? या वाइंडिंगचं काय असतं? या वाइंडिंगच्या रेझिस्टन्सची व्हॅल्यू कमी असते आणि इंडक्टन्सची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असते. आणि ही जी ऑक्सिलरी वाइंडिंग आहे, ऑक्सिलरी वाइंडिंग दिस इज हॅविंग अ हाय रेझिस्टन्स and its value of the inductance is less. So there is a phase difference between the two currents. This winding is having a low resistance, high inductance, whereas this main auxiliary winding is having high resistance and low reactance. So what will happen is that due to change in the parameters of these two windings, they will draw the two currents. They will draw the current. Supply same आहे, पण त्यांनी जो करंट ड्रॉ करतायत त्या करंट मध्ये फेज डिफरन्स क्रिएट होता है. ही वाइंडिंग जो करंट ड्रॉ करणार आहे that is lagging by more angle, and this winding will draw a current which is lagging by a short, that is a small value of the current. So what will happen is that there is a phase difference between the two currents, and due to this phase difference between the two currents, the motor is capable of developing a rotating torque, or the motor is capable of producing the rotating magnetic field, maybe of unequal value. That means their value is not constant. Their value is not constant, but the motor is capable of producing the rotating magnetic field. Thereby, the torque is developed and the motor is set into rotation. Single phase induction motor मध्ये काय होतं? समजा आपण ही ऑक्सिलरी वाइंडिंग नाही तरी यूज केली, आपण फक्त इथे सिंगल फेज सप्लाय दिला आणि रोटर आपण द रोटर इज स्क्विरल केज रोटर, त्याला जर आपण हाताने जरी फिरवलं आणि एक दोन तीन असे रोटेशन्स दिले तर द मोटर विल कंटिन्यू टू रोटेट इन दॅट डायरेक्शन. द मोटर इज डेव्हलपिंग द टॉर्क. फक्त स्टार्टिंगला त्याचे टॉर्क 0 आहे, पण काहीतरी मीन्स किंवा काहीतरी पद्धतीने एकदा जर त्या रोटरला आपण रोटेट करायचा प्रयत्न केला किंवा रोटेट केला की त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये ती मोटर ऍक्सेलरेट होते. इट विल ऍक्सेलरेट अप टू द नॉर्मल स्पीड, फुल स्पीड. त्यामुळे आपण हे जी ऑक्सिलरी वाइंडिंग यूज केली आहे ती ऑक्सिलरी वाइंडिंग फक्त स्टार्टिंग साठी यूज करतो आपण. टू स्टार्ट द मोटर, once the motor is started rotating, that auxiliary winding is disconnected and the motor will develop a torque in one direction. म्हणजे ज्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये आपण त्याला सुरुवातीला रोटेट केलाय त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये मोटर विल डेव्हलप द टॉर्क and the motor is set into rotation. So as this motor is not capable of developing a starting torque, we will consider this what we can say is that this working of the motor is explained by using two different theories. One is the double revolving field theory and other one is the cross field theory. But the cross field theory we are not discussing. We are discussing the double revolving field theory. And with this double revolving field theory, we want to see the torque which is developed by the motor is equal to 0 at standstill condition. How the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0? By using the at standstill condition. So for that we are using the double revolving field theory. Now according to this double revolving field theory, any alternating quantity or any pulsating quantity, this is alternating quantity. Now this alternating or pulsating quantity can be resolved. This quantity can be resolved into two components, right? So it is having a value which is equal to phi m. So this sinusoidal waveform we are writing as phi m sin of omega t, right? So this is a sinusoidal waveform. Here sinusoidal waveform ला आपण कसं represent करतो? Phi m sin of omega t. The magnetic flux phi is given by phi m sin of omega t. Now this magnetic flux is represented as phi m sin of omega t when it is starting from origin. इथे origin पासून हा जर start होत असेल तर आपण ह्याला लिहितो phi m sin of omega t. But it is not necessary that always it will start with the origin. आता मी काय दाखवलं आहे की this magnetic flux is started after some angle alpha. It is displaced from the origin by an angle alpha. So this type of the magnetic flux is represented as phi is equal to phi m sin of omega t into cos of alpha. This cos alpha is nothing but it is a displacement angle. It is a displacement angle. So this is the stator winding. So this magnetic flux is not along this d axis, but it is displaced from this d axis by some angle alpha. So this angle is known as the displacement angle. So this magnetic flux phi we are representing it as phi m sin of omega t cos of alpha. Now this magnetic flux or this equation we can resolve into two components. How we can resolve it into two components? आपण हे sin a cos b हे जर इक्वेशन असेल तर ह्याला कसं लिहितो आपण? sin of a minus b plus sin of a plus b. असं ना? So here also we can write this equation as this equation is represented as phi m by 2 sin of omega t minus alpha plus phi m by 2 sin of omega t plus alpha. बरोबर आहे का? Magnetic field can be represented by phi m sin of omega t minus phi m sin of omega t into cos alpha. So this can be resolved into two components. One is phi m by 2 sin of omega t minus alpha, and other one is phi m by 2 sin of omega t plus alpha. That means ही जी theory आहे ही double revolving field theory statement काय आहे कि any alternating quantity or any pulsating quantity can be resolved into two components. Can be resolved into two components having the magnitude is equal to half of the total magnitude. Total magnitude च्या half value, and these two magnetic fluxes or these two quantities are moving in the opposite direction. These two quantities are moving in the opposite direction. They are rotating with the same speed, but they are rotating in the opposite direction. So the magnetic flux, which is represented by phi m by 2 into sin of omega t minus alpha, which is rotating in the direction of the rotor. रोटरच्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये जे मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स रोटेट होतोय त्याला आपण म्हणतो फॉरवर्ड रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. फॉरवर्ड रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. The magnetic flux which is rotating in the direction of the rotor, and the magnetic flux which is rotating in the direction opposite to that of the direction of the rotor, that magnetic flux is known as backward rotating magnetic flux. आता इथे आपण जेव्हा दोन वेगवेगळे मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स कन्सिडर केले, दोन्ही मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स आहेत बरं का? Both magnetic fluxes are rotating magnetic flux. They are rotating with synchronous speed. Both rotating magnetic fluxes are rotating with the same speed. Both rotating magnetic fluxes are rotating with the same speed, but they are rotating in the opposite direction and having the magnitude which is equal to half of the total magnitude. ही जी total magnitude phi m होती, त्याचा half of the magnitude is there for these two rotating magnetic flux. In short, we can say that suppose we आपण समजा असं consider करू की हे जे यांची total magnitude आहे phi m. So it is resolved into two components. One is phi m by 2, other is phi m by 2. Both of them are rotating with the same speed. After 90 degrees, they will reach here. So after 90 degrees when they are reaching here, what will be their resultant magnitude? The resultant magnitude किती होईल? 0 होईल. Their value will be equal to 0. When they are again rotating with an angle of 90 degrees, how much is their magnitude? Minus pi m. Their value will become equal to minus pi m. Once again their value will become, this A will go on this side. A will come on this side and B will go on the upper side. So their value will become once again 0. That means it is as good as a sine waveform. It is as good as a sine waveform. इथून जर आपण चालू केलं तर इथे त्याची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे? 0 आहे. मग ही व्हॅल्यू किती होईल त्याची? 5m होईल. Again their value will become 0. Again their value will become equal to -5. So it is as good as a sine waveform. म्हणजे जी अल्टरनेटिंग क्वांटिटी आहे, any alternating quantity or any pulsating quantity can be resolved into two components having the magnitude half of the total magnitude of that alternating quantity. Both of them are rotating with the same speed and they are rotating in the opposite direction. So that is the basic of this double revolving field theory. So according to this double revolving field theory, this magnetic flux will have resolved into two components. One is the forward rotating magnetic flux and other one is the backward rotating magnetic flux. आता हे rotating magnetic flux असल्यामुळे काय होतंय? They will produce the torque. Both of them will produce the torque. So the torque which is developed by this forward rotating magnetic flux, that we are calling it as TF. That is the forward torque or torque developed in the forward direction. Torque developed in the forward direction. Whereas the torque which is developed by the backward rotating magnetic flux, that torque we are calling it as a torque developed in the backward direction. So the resultant torque is nothing but equal to, what will be the resultant torque? The resultant torque will be nothing but equal to, as the two torques are acting in the opposite direction. The two torques are acting in the opposite direction. So the resultant torque is nothing but the difference of these two torques. The resultant torque is nothing but the difference of these two torques. Now at standstill what happens is that the value of TF and TB will become equal. At standstill condition. Standstill condition काय म्हणतो आपण? Standstill condition ला S ची व्हॅल्यू किती असते? S is equal to 1 at standstill condition. So as S is equal to 1 at standstill condition, the value of TF and TB will be same, but they are acting in the opposite direction. So as their value is same and they are acting in the opposite direction, the resultant torque developed by the motor will be equal to 0. And the motor is not capable of developing the torque, or the motor is not capable of starting the rotation, or it is not moving. But what happens is that if we start the motor by using some means, कुठल्या तरी पद्धतीने एकदा आपण रोटरला रोटेट केलं की काय होतंय? The torque developed by this forward rotating magnetic flux, this torque goes on increasing, and this torque developed by the backward rotating magnetic flux, this torque goes on decreasing, and the motor is capable of developing a net torque, and due to that net torque the rotor is set into rotation. So we see how the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0, or how the motor is capable of developing the torque. Now first of all what we do is that we calculate the value of slip. Slip, the equation for slip is equal to, we are writing S is equal to ns minus n upon. Now what we are considering is that one magnetic flux is rotating in the forward direction, right? And the other magnetic flux is rotating in the reverse direction or backward direction. Now suppose how we are defining this forward rotating magnetic flux? Forward rotating magnetic flux कसं define करायचं? म्हणजे जे magnetic flux रोटरच्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये रोटेट होत असेल त्याला फॉरवर्ड म्हणायचं. म्हणजे समजा रोटर जर अँटी क्लॉकवाईज जात असेल आणि त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये जे magnetic flux आहे ते फॉरवर्ड होईल. And the remaining one will become equal to the backward rotating magnetic flux. So here we are considering that the rotor is rotating in the direction of the forward rotating magnetic flux. So what will be the value of the slip with respect to this forward rotating magnetic flux? What will be the value of slip? Slip की value काय आहे? हे दोन्ही ns आहेत. Both of them are rotating with synchronous speed. One is rotating in forward direction and other is rotating in the backward direction. So what will be the value of slip with respect to the forward rotating magnetic flux? हे दोन्ही मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स एकाच डायरेक्शन मध्ये, म्हणजे हे मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स आणि हे रोटर दोन्ही एकाच डायरेक्शन मध्ये रोटेट होतात ना. मग आपण वन कसं इक्वेशन्स मी विचारते आहे तुम्हाला. इक्वेशन हेच इक्वेशन होईल ना, ns minus n upon ns. That means sf is equal to s. That is ns minus n upon ns. That means the slip with respect to the forward rotating magnetic flux will be equal to s. Slip with respect to the forward rotating magnetic flux will be equal to s. Now what will the slip with respect to the backward rotating magnetic flux? ह्या स्लिपची व्हॅल्यू काय होईल? ns. आता रोटरचं डायरेक्शन आणि रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्डची डायरेक्शन इज इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन, राइट? So what you write is ns minus of n upon ns. Both of them are rotating in the हे सेम डायरेक्शन होतं म्हणून आपण ह्याला ns minus n. दोन्ही सेम डायरेक्शन मध्ये रोटेट होतात, but there is a difference. त्यालाच आपण स्लिप स्पीड म्हणतो ना. They are not rotating with the same speed. सेम स्पीड झाली असती तर काय असतं? रिलेटिव्ह स्पीड 0 झाली असती. म्हणजे they are stationary with respect to each other. म्हणजे आपण दोन माणसं जर एकाच डायरेक्शन मध्ये एकाच स्पीडनी चालले जात असतील तर काय होतं? They will appear as good as they are stationary with respect to each other. त्याच्यामध्ये जर स्पीड डिफरन्स आला तर what is the relative speed? The relative speed will become ns minus n. आणि अपोजिट डायरेक्शन मध्ये जात असतील तर काय होईल? रिलेटिव्ह स्पीड ns plus n होऊन जाईल ना तेच. So this is ns plus n upon ns. ns plus n upon ns. Now we can write this as 1 plus n upon ns. 1 plus n upon ns. Now here I can write this equation as s is equal to ns minus n upon ns is equal to 1 minus n upon ns. So we'll replace or we'll add these two equations. We'll add these two equations. So if you add these two equations, what will be the value? Sp plus s is equal to Sp plus s is equal to 1 plus n upon ns plus 1 minus n upon ns. So this will become equal to 2. So what is the value of Sp? Sp will be equal to 2 minus. So the slip with respect to the backward rotating magnetic flux is equal to 2 minus s, whereas the slip with respect to the forward rotating magnetic flux will be equal to our normal equation, Sf is equal to s. Whereas the slip with respect to the backward rotating magnetic flux will become equal to 2 minus s. हे घ्यायचं का तुम्हाला का लिहिलं? हे सारखं खालीवर करा. The forward torque, and that is a torque developed in the forward direction, and other is the torque developed in the reverse direction, backward direction. So we'll calculate the equations for that. So what is our normal torque equation? काय आहे? Three phase induction motor चा torque equation काय आहे? आपण gross torque developed by the motor is equal to काय equation लिहितो आपण? Torque developed by the motor चं काय? Gross torque equation काय? Gross torque and then net torque. Gross torque चे दोन इक्वेशन आहेत. एक जे इक्वेशन आपण दोन इक्वेशन आहेत. काय इक्वेशन आहे दोन? Torque developed by the motor is equal to तुम्हाला माहित नाही. Torque developed by the motor is equal to the normal equation is P2 divided by omega s. Or we can write down the same equation as torque developed by the motor is equal to Pm divided by omega s. Both are same. Both equations are same. But we are using the first one. अपन पहला यूज करेंगे. Torque developed by the motor is equal to P2 divided by omega s. Now here we are writing the torque developed in the forward direction. Right? आता P2 in terms of rotor copper loss का equation है. P2 in terms of rotor copper loss. P2 आणि rotor copper loss मध्ये काय equation काय relation आहे? Rotor copper loss is equal to SP2. हे तुम्हाला काय म्हणायचं ते तोंडपाठ असावं लागतं. मुंबईतून कुठून विचारलं तरी सांगता यायला पाहिजे. Rotor copper loss is equal to SP2. त्याचे इक्वेशन आहे ना P2 as to PM as to S per R as to 1 as to 1 minus S as to S. ते पण तोंडपाठ पाहिजे. Rotor copper loss is equal to SP2 or P2 is equal to rotor copper loss divided by S. So we can write this equation here. TF is equal to rotor copper loss. Rotor copper loss directly equal to I2 square R2 divided by S omega S. So here if I am writing TF, I will write SF. Now the torque which is developed by the backward rotating magnetic flux will become equal to I2 square R2 divided by SB into omega S. Now the resultant torque developed by the motor is equal to, the resultant torque will become equal to TF minus TB. The resultant torque developed by the motor is equal to TF minus TB. Now we know that SF is equal to S and SB is equal to 2 minus S. So we put the values there. T is equal to I2 square R2 divided by S omega S minus I2 square R2 divided by omega S into 2 minus S. Now you tell me at S is equal to 1, what is their values? When S is equal to 1, what is their values? At standstill क्या condition है? At standstill S is equal to 1. At standstill S is equal to 1. So T is equal to what? I2 square R2 divided by omega S minus I2 square R2 divided by omega S. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. S is equal to 1. So at standstill, what we can say about the two torques? At standstill, the value of the two torques is same. At standstill condition, the value of TF is equal to TB. At standstill, torque developed by the forward rotating magnetic flux and the torque developed by the backward rotating magnetic flux, they are having same value and they are acting in the opposite direction. So as they are having the same value but they are acting in the opposite direction, the resultant torque developed by the motor is equal to 0. So as the torque developed by the motor at standstill condition or T starting is equal to 0. So the motor is not capable of self-starting. The torque developed by the motor at standstill condition is equal to 0. Now running condition मध्ये काय होतं? समजा आपण एखाद्या कुठल्या तरी डायरेक्शन मध्ये मोटरला रोटेट केलं. मग काय होतं? समजा h ची व्हॅल्यू माझी 0.05 असेल. तर मग हे इक्वेशन काय चेंज होतं? ड्यूरिंग रनिंग कंडिशन काय होतं? ड्यूरिंग रनिंग कंडिशन काय होतं? So if S is equal to 0.05, what will be their values? T की value काय होईल? I2 square R2 divided by 0.05 omega S. आणि हे काय होईल? I2 square R2 divided by 1.95 1.95 times omega S. काय होतं? कुठली टॉर्कची व्हॅल्यू वाढते? हे सगळं बाकी कॉन्स्टंटच आहे ना. हे 1/0.05 ही व्हॅल्यू काय होते? 1/0.05 म्हणजे ही व्हॅल्यू वाढणार आहे ना आणि ही व्हॅल्यू काय होणार? कमी होणार. मग काय होईल? आपल्याला रिझल्टंट टॉर्क मिळेल ना. रिझल्टंट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ द टॉर्क मिळते and due to that resultant torque the motor is set into rotation. That means ज्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये आपण रोटरला रोटेट केलंय त्या डायरेक्शनच्या रोटरची त्या डायरेक्शनच्या टॉर्कची व्हॅल्यू काय होते? वाढत जाते. त्या डायरेक्शनच्या टॉर्कची व्हॅल्यू वाढत जाते आणि दुसऱ्या डायरेक्शनच्या टॉर्कची व्हॅल्यू कमी होत जाते. And this torque is acting as a braking torque. This torque is acting as a braking torque. So this is the torque which is acting as a motoring torque and this is the braking torque. The motor is capable of developing a net torque and the motor is set into rotation. ज्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये आपण रोटरला रोटेट करतोय त्या डायरेक्शनच्या टॉर्कची व्हॅल्यू वाढत जाते. म्हणजे TF ची व्हॅल्यू वाढत जाते, TB ची व्हॅल्यू कमी कमी होत जाते. And the motor is capable of developing a net torque. And due to that net torque, the rotor will continue to rotate or it will accelerate. The motor काय होते accelerate होते and it will be started rotation. So this torque slip characteristic curve we will draw it as this is TF, this is TB. Now at standstill condition their values are same. At standstill condition their values are same. So as their values are same, the resultant torque will be equal to 0. Now the resultant torque slip characteristic curve will be something like this. This is resultant torque slip characteristic curve. Resultant torque slip characteristic curve. So the resultant torque slip characteristic curve is showing that the value of torque at S is equal to 1 is equal to 0. At S is equal to 1, the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0. But during running condition, आता काय होते forward torque जेव्हा ही value आहे, backward torque is showing the braking torque. की braking torque. So the resultant torque will be this characteristic curve. हमला जो characteristic curve काढला है, हा resultant torque है. This is the T resultant. Resultant torque slip characteristic curve. And this, so the motor is capable of developing a torque in any one direction. कुठल्याही एका direction मध्ये motor accelerate होते and it will develop the torque. But at standstill condition, the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0. And as the torque developed by the motor is equal to 0, the motor is not capable of starting, or the motor is not capable of self-starting. The torque developed by the motor is equal to the forward torque and the torque developed by the backward rotating field. Their values are same and they are acting in the opposite direction. And the other one is the resultant torque slip characteristic curve. So the resultant torque slip characteristic curve is showing that the motor is capable of developing a torque. म्हणजे motor torque develop करू शकते पण during running condition. Starting ला torque develop होत नाही. But if it is started by some means in any one direction, then it is capable of developing the torque in that direction. It's a torque here. According to this double revolving field theory, what we can say? What is the statement of the double revolving field theory? काय statement काय है? Any pulsating alternating quantity can be resolved into two components, having the magnitude half of the total magnitude, and both of them are rotating in the opposite direction with same speed or with synchronous speed, we can say. That is, they are rotating with the same speed and they are capable of developing the torque. They will produce the resultant torque, but at standstill condition, the value of torque is equal to 0 because both torques are having same magnitude and they are acting in the opposite direction. So having the same magnitude and acting in the opposite direction, the resultant torque developed by the motor is equal to 0, and the motor is not capable of self-starting, right? But if we are providing some auxiliary means by which the motor can develop a starting torque, then it will accelerate in any one direction. म्हणजे ती जी आपण वाइंडिंग यूज करतो ज्याला आपण ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग म्हणतो, दॅट ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग इज युज्ड ओनली टू स्टार्ट द मोटर. फक्त मोटरला स्टार्ट करण्यासाठी वापरतो. एकदा मोटर स्टार्ट झाली की दॅट ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग विल बी डिस्कनेक्टेड अँड द मोटर विल बी रनिंग ॲज गुड ॲज अ सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर. पण काही काही केसेस मध्ये पण आपण ती ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग पण सर्किट मध्येच ठेवतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल दिस ceiling fan. The ceiling fan is having which type of motor is there in the ceiling fan? Ceiling fan मध्ये that is capacitor start, capacitor run म्हणलं की काय होतंय, दोन वेगवेगळ्या व्हॅल्यूचे कॅपॅसिटर्स यूज करावे. So this is known as permanent capacitor. This motor is known as permanent capacitor single phase induction motor. त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, आपण जे म्हणतो की ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग यूज करतोय आपण, आणि ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग यूज करून काय करतो आपण, मोटरला स्टार्ट करतो. तिथे काय होतं, जे रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होते त्याची व्हॅल्यू कॉन्स्टंट नसते. त्यामुळे काय होतं की द परफॉर्मन्स ऑफ द मोटर इज नॉइझी. ती मोटर जास्त आवाज करते. इट विल प्रोड्यूस मोर नॉइज. अँड ड्युरिंग रनिंग कंडिशन मध्ये काय करतो आपण, एक वाइंडिंगला डिस्कनेक्ट करतो आणि एकच वाइंडिंग ठेवतो. त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की द रिझल्टंट टॉर्क डेव्हलप्ड बाय द मोटर इज लेस. अँड द मोटर इज, हे दोन टॉर्क आहेत आपल्याकडे, एक फॉरवर्ड टॉर्क आहे, एक बॅकवर्ड टॉर्क आहे. दॅट बिकॉज ऑफ इट प्रोड्युसेस मोर नॉइज. मोटर काय करते, जास्त नॉइज प्रोड्यूस करते. सो इन केस ऑफ दिस परमनंट कॅपॅसिटर सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर, व्हॉट वी हॅव डन इज दॅट द ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग इज नॉट डिस्कनेक्टेड. ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंगला आपण डिस्कनेक्ट करत नाही. द ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग इज ऑल्सो केप्ट इन द सर्किट. And to produce a large phase difference between the main winding current and the auxiliary winding current, we are using a capacitor in series with the auxiliary winding. Capacitor यूज करतो आपण ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंगच्या सिरीज मध्ये. म्हणून काय होतंय, ते दोन करंट मध्ये जो फेज डिफरन्स आहे इट विल बी ग्रेटर दॅन 80 डिग्री. 80 डिग्री पेक्षा जास्त फेज डिफरन्स क्रिएट होतो. सो वी आर गेटिंग द रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड. आणि रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड असल्यामुळे काय होतंय, हे बॅकवर्ड आणि फॉरवर्ड रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स वगैरे त्याच्यामध्ये काहीच नसतं. देयर विल बी ओनली वन मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्स विच इज रोटेटिंग इन द वन डायरेक्शन, दॅट इज इन द फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो द मोटर इज capable of providing more torque. Motor is capable of providing more torque and it is giving less noisy operation. त्याचं जे ऑपरेशन होतं ना ते लेस नॉइझी होते, म्हणजे आवाज कमी करते. अदरवाईज तुम्ही काही काही फॅन बघितलं असताल जे स्प्लिट फेज इंडक्शन मोटर यूज करून आपण यूज करतो, म्हणजे जे टेबल फॅन्स वगैरे असतात. टेबल फॅन्सचा कंपॅरेटिव्हली आवाज जास्त येतो. सिलिंग फॅनचा आवाज कंपॅरेटिव्हली कमी होतो. पण सिलिंग फॅन मध्ये आपण काय केलंय, परमनंट कॅपॅसिटर सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर यूज केली आहे. आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय केलंय, त्या परमनंट कॅपॅसिटर सर्किट मध्ये ठेवल्यामुळे आपल्याला रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड मिळते. आणि रोटेटिंग मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड असल्यामुळे त्याचा जो परफॉर्मन्स आहे दॅट विल बी लेस नॉइझी. आपण आता हे जे सिलिंग फॅन्स वापरतो त्याचा जर आवाज जास्त झाला तर आपल्याला काय होतं, आपण जे काय बोलतो तेच आपल्याला ऐकायला येत नाही ना. त्याच्यामुळे त्याचा आवाज कमी बसायला पाहिजे. त्याच्यामुळे आपण त्याला काय केलं, परमनंट कॅपॅसिटर सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर या कन्व्हर्टेड. त्याच्यामध्ये आपलं सेंट्रिफ्युगल स्विच वगैरे काही नाहीये. अदरवाईज जे ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंगला डिस्कनेक्ट करायचं असते आपल्याला, त्याच्यासाठी आपण एक सेंट्रिफ्युगल स्विच पण यूज करतो. दॅट सेंट्रिफ्युगल स्विच विल बी डिस्कनेक्टिंग द ऑक्झिलरी वाइंडिंग. But in case of permanent capacitor single phase induction motor, both windings are kept in the circuit to give a better performance, to give less noisy performance. At the same time, one more advantage काय होतं त्याचा, the power factor of the circuit will be improved. Capacitor circuit मध्ये ठेवल्यामुळे काय होतं, the power factor of the motor will be improved. So that is also one more added advantage. तुमचं जे काही सिलेबस डिझाईन केलंय, ज्यांनी डिझाईन केलं त्यांनी त्याच्यामध्ये टाइप्स ऑफ सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटर्स टाकलेलं नाहीये. पण आपण घेऊ थोडेसे. जी स्प्लिट फेज इंडक्शन मोटर आहे आणि कॅपॅसिटर स्प्लिट फेज इंडक्शन मोटर आहे, ह्या दोन मोटर तरी घेऊ. अजून एक जी आहे ती शेडेड पोल आहे, तो आपण थोडासा विल बी, तुम्हाला माहित असेल पण बाकी विद्यार्थ्यांना जे फर्स्ट इयर टू सेकंड इयर आलेले आहेत किंवा थर्ड इयर आले त्यांना हे टाइप्स वगैरे माहित नाही. So though it is not included in your syllabus, we'll have. So in the tomorrow's class, we'll have the equivalent circuit diagram of the single phase induction motor. Single phase induction motor ची equivalent circuit diagram आपल्याला पाहिजे आहे and performance calculations.